We are here in the glass house and we are looking at the cars, part of the Vince Lindley collection, and leading off is this trio. And these are killer cars, as you can see. The 71 Hemi'cuda, a 68 Hemi Charger, and a limelight green 6-pack Superbird. So again, these cars are going over the block on Friday, middle of the day, and we'll just take a look at them as we go. We'll go ahead and we'll start with this Superbird. Vince has noted this Superbird. It's original 446-pack motor under the hood. It's a bucket seat console car. Original numbers matching engine. It of course has that 836 axle with the 355 final grip gear. And again, AM. There's a copy of the build sheet that came out of the car under here. So you know the uprights on the Superbird were just a little bit wider than the Daytonas and actually provided more stability than the Daytona wing did. But that was unfortunately offset by the design of the nose, which was required by the stylists at Plymouth, who really felt like the more sheer point in the front that the Daytona had worked with, which was more aerodynamic, would actually not be the key to those cars being able to sell. And they were probably right. They were not easy cars for the dealerships to sell back in the day. So again, 6-pack original motors, Superbird going over the block here at Mecum. There are iconic cars in the collector car hobby, and everybody would admit that the 71 Hemi'cuda is a fabulous car. And here's a car here. It's got a Dave Wise report with it. And it is a 4-speed with the original motor. One of very few known to exist with the original motor in it. And what's nice about this car, again, elastomeric front bumper, body colored mirrors, black billboards, go wing, and again that rear bumper is also in red. That makes this a very special car. Again, you're looking at a 4-speed package. Again, the Wise report summarized here with verification on body numbers. Car was without a console, but it is shaker equipped. And again, this is the definitive look for 1971 when it comes to a Hemi'cuda. And I think this car has got a lot of interest. And this is a car I think should do very, very well over the course of the weekend. And standard dash and AM radio on this one. Getting a lot of attention over here is this 1968 Hemi Charger. You're here in the background of the Porsche 917 that's getting ready to go there. Got that big chrome dome air cleaner in there. Again, this is a pretty cool car. This is a 4-speed. Buckets, buddy seat, AMA track, so it's very well optioned. Let's put a slightly wider tire in the back. Of course, that 1968 scat stripe goes over the rear, and the turbine styling cues, which were part of the design Richard Sias put together, included this, included the gas cap, included the marker lights, and of course, this potted dash design. So again, her shifter, brown wood knob, does not have a tach, has the clock in the dash, but it is an AMA track. So very nice car, F-156, one of 475 produced, recently restored 426 Hemi. As we move from 68 to 70, 3 more cars from the Lindley collection here. This is a 76 pack, which of course was a new option for Charger RT in 1970. This one's got a white top, tricolor car, white top, black interior, cloth inserts, deluxe, clock in the dash. And there you go, you got that 4-speed shifter in there. Partial build sheet. That crazy paint. This one does not have the longitudinal stripes. This one's got the white stripe over the back. Again, the redesigned treatment for 1970 include these new taillights and that RT emblem. Of course, the script Charger word on there. Again, option with both rear view mirrors. A lot of these cars came with a single rear view mirror in it. This one has both. And again, pistol grip 4-speed. Plum crazy 446 pack 4-speed. And this is what you call desirable in a Mopar from this time period. So, cool piece. There were 99 6-pack convertibles built in 1970. Only 3 of them came in Sublime paint with a white top and a white interior. Only one of them was put on the Mod Squad TV show. This is a car we covered on TV yesterday. I also did a talk about this car during the Carlisle event, and the car was also at MCACN. Again, very, very well optioned. AM, FM cassette, AM, FM 8-track rather. Rally dash, wood grain steering wheel, console, slapstick. Challenger RT. Among the stuff here on the seat are the copies of the paperwork, and that includes this particular registration to 20th Century Fox, dated 11/12/1969. Now Mecum has the real paperwork in the office there, but again, a very high option 6-pack convertible from 1970 with super low production and a great bit of history. The Mod Squad guys. The paperwork on this car is extensive. Very cool. If you were looking for a street fight, GTX was one way to do that. Roadrunner came about because the GTX had a fairly high buy-in price. And when you stuck that big 426 Hemi under the hood, it went even higher. Car is very nicely presented. Steel wheels, poverty hubcaps. Numbers matching drivetrain, one of 98 produced for 69 with a professional restoration. A33 track pack car, bucket seats, console, books and manuals, sold new in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Air grabber car. Again, very, very nicely dressed up inside. There's that tack in the dash. You don't see all that often. AM radio. Headrest interior. Again, very nicely presented vehicle right here. So, if you were street racing in 1969 and you came up and saw this, you were in trouble when you saw this. Hemi GTX for 1969. Cool piece. So we showcase the cars in the Lindley collection. Here we go. Check this out. There's a window sticker on this 70 Charger. The sticker at 42.49. Again, the console was $54, and that super track pack was $235.65. Has the longitudinal stripe with it. Those special door pockets from that year. This is F162. Going over the block tomorrow. Very rare combination of trim. One of 2 produced this way. This is, of course, a formal package with that black and white interior. Again, a car that presents itself very, very well. 6-pack. See the electronic ignition under the dash there. 26-inch radiator with fan shroud. Again, Dave Wise report included. There's a copy of that window sticker. Copy of that broadcast seat so you can see the options. And console, 4-speed white interior. Of course, there was wood grain that year. Script Charger emblems. There you go. And inside we do have a tick-tock tack in here. AM radio, console, pistol grip. Stellar vehicle being offered here at Mecum, Kissimmee, 2025. It's one of the most dynamic treatments done during the muscle car era was, of course, the air grabber hoods that showed up for 70 and 71 on Plymouth and 71 only on Dodge. Of course, was connected to the motor, in this case a 426 Hemi under the hood, via this special air box, flap door that opened up to let you run with under hood air when you weren't in need of power, and when you wanted to make it go, that trap door came up and away you went. So styling for 71, of course, was very radically changed up. When you think about the 70 Charger grille, which was also a wraparound design, you can kind of see the evolution that was going on with Chrysler's B-body development at that time. This car is a former high-performance Mopar cover car. And again, one of 28 Hemi Roadrunners produced in 71 with a 4-speed. Came with an 834 Super track pack, 410 rear, original fender tag. Again, interesting package inside. Split bench seat in the front. Does have the rally dash. Tachometer, AM, FM radio, pistol grip 4-speed. Pedal dress-ups. Again, build sheet here in the back window. Roadrunner for 71. It's going to be the end of the era. There's a Ferrari over here that people keep trying to open the door up on, and that alarm goes off over and over again. Crazy. The Go Wing, turbine styled, exhaust tips. There's the beeper. You'll see this after the TV show runs today, but we're doing a comparo here on these two Challenger Trans Am packages. Now the Trans Am package, of course, is shown right here on this tag. And let me see where it's at. E55, of course, was the 340 motor. That was the 6-pack engine that went together in this. This is the original car, original motor in this car. And again, 79,000 miles in plum crazy paint. White interior. Again, this console, standard dash. And someone has upgraded the radio, but that was okay. A lot of times people bought the standard dash knowing that the tachometer you received from the factory was not as accurate as a mechanical tachometer or even a good sun tack. And again, it was extra money to put that tack and clock in there. The TA added a substantial amount of money just buying the package itself. The flip open gas cap. Rear mount antenna was responsible for having that fiberglass hood, so they put the antenna in the back. Also, rally wheels were standard on these cars. And again, this car has got 2 broadcast sheets with it. Here's an optional equipment breakdown. So we start looking at the option list here. So the A53 Trans Am package, of course, resulted in all this standard equipment being put on these cars that came with it. So the truth was, although you were paying extra for that A53 package, you got the 6-pack motor, and you also received, as a result of that, the body-colored mirrors, the rally wheels, a pretty deluxe package. So our comparo on the two Trans Am models, we'll go back over to this AAR, which is a stunning car. Again, both these cars have white interiors. The TA Challenger has a white interior as well. But this is in FE5 Rally Red and is quite uniquely optioned with red carpeting. So you've got a red dash, and so there was a red carpeting, but a white interior. Again, this car did not get a console. Does have the factory radio in it, but it does have the rally dash as well. So you were looking at the Challenger over here that had the automatic and the console, the aftermarket radio. And you've got the 4-speed with no console in this and the red carpet. So, and AAR, of course, was Dan Gurney's All-American Racers. And again, part of that A53 package on the Plymouth were the spoilers and the unique hood that was fiberglass mounted. Of course, there we go. Once again, you've got the antenna back there mounted in the rear. Good broadcast sheet, nice and solid. Dave Wise report documenting the numbers are legit. I think this car has got legs under it. The Plum Crazy is cool, but I think this one, it just got a little more edge to it. So we'll see what happens when it goes over the block tomorrow on Friday. And we are finishing the Lindley collection up here with 3 more ebodies. And we'll start out here in the center. We've got a 1970 383 Super Commando powered CUDA convertible. Featured the Hemmings muscle machines, 132 produced with this combination, the torque flight transmission. One of the first 20 convertibles off the assembly line. Numbers matching. It has aluminum heads, been painted. A cam upgrade. Some AR parts. So yeah, the restoration allowed them to tune this a little bit in ways that you normally wouldn't see. There's that AM radio, rally dash with 150 mile speedometer, ball knob slapstick, sport steering wheel, go wing, 383 hockey stripes, and of course those chrome exhaust tips emerging from underneath the back of the car. So again, the cars from the Lindley collection, getting ready to go over the block tomorrow. All right, we showed you Vince Lindley's 71 Hemi'cuda. How about this 70 Hemi'cuda? Again, does not have the elastomeric bumpers, but this one does have the red shaker, which when you bought FE5 Rally Red, you could get the shaker painted in body color. If you bought black, you could get a black shaker. If you bought silver, had a silver shaker. But everything else was black or argent. But red allowed you to have a red shaker on the car. It's a pretty well optioned vehicle here with it's got power brakes, does not have power steering. Restoration 8 years ago, sold new in Maryville, North Dakota. Okay, it's got a factory warranty block. Now, as most people know, there's a lot of Hemis out there without original motors, and this one is a rally dash car that has got a pistol grip 4-speed, and it looks like it's factory radio delete. Let's see. Say on the window sticker? Doesn't say. But I'm going to assume, without seeing the radio in there, that is a factory radio delete package. Somebody was going to go drag racing. Again, no go wing. Those big Hemi hockey stripes in the back. We'll walk around the other side and take a look at this window sticker. Let's see what we've got here. And we are showing a buying price of $47.54, which is actually $47.56.60. Not a lot of options on this car. The big one, of course, is this one here, E74. And that added $871 to the bottom line and $194 for the manual transmission, for the 4-speed transmission. And again, this right here, sold car, Y14. So this car was ordered this way specifically. So you got the CUDA with the A01 light group, A33 track pack, and the rally instrument cluster, which was another $80. So it's a serious amount of money spent on certain things, and other things were left alone. Again, gotta love that pistol grip. Gotta love 1970. And gotta love that red shaker. And you gotta love the Hemi'cuda. Total beast. We'll finish up Vince Lindley's cars with this 6-pack Challenger RT. Here we go. Now again, Challengers are unique. In 1970, very few received the shaker hood scoop. Most came with the sport hood. 6-pack in Dodge nomenclature, 6 BBL in Plymouth nomenclature. This one is optioned with, again, power brakes, no power steering. I think this one has numbers matching 6-pack, numbers matching manual transmission, A34 Super Track Pack. You got the pistol grip, you got the console, you got the rally dash, you got the AM radio. Very nice on the inside. Again, Challenger RT. It's, of course, a big deal for 1970, the last of the pony cars released, even as Camaro and Mustang and Firebird were undergoing their first redesigns. Again, the go wing, chrome tips. Bob McCurry was rightfully proud of his new baby. In fact, you could only get a Challenger RT in 1970 with big block horsepower. If you wanted a 340, that was actually sold under code A66. And ironically, early in the year, you could option it exactly like an RT. It just didn't have RT emblems on it. So, again, another car from the Lindley collection, going over the block on Friday. And a great collection of cars here at Mecum 2025. This is Stunker. We'll be back.